As a professor, it is virtually impossible to teach everything that you think is important about your academic content in a semester. And it is even harder to ensure that students connect to the concepts and/or material in a way that brings it to life or gives it depth and meaning. I often wrestle with how to teach students about the importance of culturally relevant pedagogy that extends itself beyond readings and discussions. At its core, culturally relevant pedagogy is the multiple ways in which learning occurs in settings where cultural differences are celebrated, individual communities are viewed as strengths, and heritage and historical experiences are valued. The genesis of this DukeEngage began with a simple question. How do you support organizations with the resources that they need to tell their stories and also galvanize communities around the issues that affect them the most? When researching locations, it was clear that Chicago was the perfect metropolis to answer these questions. Chicago has a rich cultural arts landscape that also intersects many diverse communities. DukeEngage Chicago became less about us coming into the community to do something great, but more about DukeEngage Chicago becoming part of a community to support something great.
1, 2, 3, let's go! DukeEngage Chicago!
I love it. I'm trying to figure out how I can finesse my way back to get here. It's my favorite city I've been to.
I think that every time I go somewhere, someone is telling me about the history of Chicago, which I think is really unique.
There's always something to see, something to do, and somewhere new to explore, which is one of my favorite hobbies.
I did like all the touristy things, and then even got some like experiences like you only know if you speak to people who live here their whole life.
YCA! My name is Caroline and I work for Young Chicago Authors, or YCA. Work has been really awesome. I've had the privilege of getting to do projects and work with people from all sides of the organization. I've really gotten a holistic look at not only what it means to be an arts nonprofit, but what it means to be in the arts sphere in Chicago. Something that I've recently worked on is creating a video series that is eventually going to live on the YCA website and or YouTube channel. So it's a video where a teaching artist from YCA will explain how they use a particular book of poems in their classroom, and it's made for teachers so that they have a resource and they can tap into YCA's pedagogy. But there's something about just being in a creative space with creative people all working towards a singular goal that I think is just really incredible.
Iman! My name is Trinity Johns and I'm working with Iman.
My name is Armani Foster and I work for the Inner City Muslim Action Network.
I really love it. I've not been with an organization before that I've loved so much, and I'm very upset to leave. So I feel like Iman is a place of very deep love, and it's very spiritual, and I think anyone can really feel that when they walk in the door.
You know, I wasn't quite certain, where it would end up going. I knew that it was very clear early on, my passion for this grew out of a profound connection to communities like those coming out of my own experiences. I'm Palestinian American, and in neighborhoods like this one, a group of young Palestinians that were growing up among Black and Brown, Latino and African American communities were struggling with, the kind of symptoms of poverty that you see in many urban communities across America, and there wasn't really anyone doing much with it.
For me, it's been a matter of finding out who I am as an individual, but also seeing what a good example of organizing is, and I feel like Iman does a great job about that.
I've had the opportunity to help work on some food security things, so providing a healthy candy store using dried fruits to the community for free.
Yeah, the farmers market is a place for people to come together. It's a safe space on a weekly basis for people to connect to the food, also to local organizations, to the work that's happening at Iman.
I would like to be involved in nonprofit, and so I think working at Iman specifically, I've got a glimpse into seeing how it is working into nonprofit, but I also have interest in helping and giving back to my own community.
What circles and ciphers? My name is George Crawley, and I'm working with Circles and Cyphers. It's been dope. It's been amazing. I literally I try to think of feedback I could give the organization, and I struggle to find any negatives. I think I got one of the best assignments. I'm a real chill, laid-back person, and I feel like my vibe really works well with the organization, with the people. And when I first came in, they have this real familial, just connection, and I feel like after a couple weeks, I really felt like I was entering that space, and now it's my family. So it's been amazing. Working with the freestyle circles is really fun, and I think that one gives people the most leeway to really express themselves. And a lot of people, I think, for them that's almost their time to have a little bit of self-healing and tell their stories. Whatever I do, I want to make sure that I'm helping under-resourced communities and helping communities who have already been written off by the majority or whatever, or overlooked, whatever, and then helping to tell the stories and empower similar communities to the ones that we work with at Circles and Cyphers.
Free Spirit Media. Hi, I'm Nigel Sapp, and I work for Free Spirit Media. What does it take to be someone that actualizes their creative dreams? What does it take to be someone who is really passionate about their work and wants to do it at a professional level? And I think all those things are things I think about on a daily basis. So being at Free Spirit Media has been awesome in that regard. We've had students doing programming, and that's been really awesome because you just have a lot of young people who are really eager to learn film and media production, and I think that that's really important for our youth, but also for Black and brown individuals, particularly in the North London community. So that's been really awesome.
I've been taking opportunities from Free Spirit Media and leveling up through Free Spirit Media. So I started with interning with Free Spirit Media, and since then I've just been earning opportunities through Free Spirit Media and proving myself with my experience and everything I learned. And with that being said, I was able to get a full-time position with Free Spirit Media, teaching youth and helping them get their voices across audiences that's either west side or south side of Chicago, even north side of Chicago. This work is really important because most of our participants are from North London, and so they actually are going through the things that are happening in their community, and they're able to tell people who are looking in and not actually living through it. So it's really important because most of the times these stories are not heard, and most of the time these stories are overlooked, or just you get 10 seconds of the story. But the youth here are really making a hard impact by spreading things and getting things in the know.
Being an individual in a space has been really interesting, and you just grow and adjust and come to a better understanding of yourself and better understanding of the work world in general.
AAAN!
My name is Eve.
My name is Tyler Long, and I work for the Arab American Action Network, or AAAN.
Work has been really awesome. I really cherish all of the relationships that I've made and all of the knowledge that I've gained by interacting with the Arab American community in the South Side.
So it's just been an amazing way to interact and learn about the issues facing communities different than my own.
Tyler and I are working with the youth program, and so every day from 1 to 5 we do workshops about political education, discuss current events, do debates, have some writing or skit activities to kind of throw in the arts and play games.
It's definitely given me a perspective on a group that I hadn't thought about before. So in whatever organization or career field that I go into post, graduating from Duke, it'll help me be a lot more empathetic.
I want to go into education. I'm actually in the secondary teaching program at Duke and working with high schoolers and teaching dance to elementary schoolers through AAAN is just so much fun, and I get to do what I'm passionate about and see young people getting involved in their community. It's really inspiring. I really like our DukeEngage group. We get along super well. Dr. D and McKenna and Dr. Neal are all amazing as well, and I just feel really blessed to be a part of this group, and I'm happy that it was us that were here for the first year.
Well, I'm just kidding. I love all of them. I think the DukeEngage Chicago program's so unique and different from other programs because it's very, I think they did a good job of outfitting us with our organizations, and they all know us very deeply, and I think that changes the dynamic of how we all function, and I think we all are connected in another way that just, it's past surface level.
We have a DukeEngage family, and we all like joke around and say that we have different, you know, like I'm the mom and Eve's the crazy aunt, but like in reality this has become such a family unit. We live together, some of us work together, but it's definitely a group of people that I can rely on and that I love very much. So.
Dr. D, you've been here for me this entire program, highest highs, lowest lows, and you've really just helped me, you know, to become a better guy through all of this. And beyond that, you're just an amazing professor with so many amazing perspectives that have challenged me. And it's not hard. It's just not easy to challenge my ideas because I'm pretty stuck in my ways. I think we all know that. But you've definitely been able to challenge how I think about the world, and it's just been amazing. And we all love you, and you're amazing.
Dr. D, man, shout out Dr. D. I think it's really great having her here because she grounded me in a lot of ways. I felt like I had my own mother with me in many situations. So again, I just really can't thank her enough. I thank her for choosing me. And I think it's rare that you just create a relationship with a professor that, you know, you feel like you've known her forever. So again, I'm just super thankful to have met her, and I know that she'll always be crucial always have been crucial to my development and really to life beyond. So again, love you, Dr. D, and thank you.
Dr. D, you to go, honestly, like, it's crazy when we were sitting there at Wisconsin-Madison, like you were having like this like fangirl moment over like someone like you kind of like I wouldn't say idolized, but you really looked up to. Is crazy because like I don't even think you understand that like for us that's like every single day when we get to actually hang out with you and like hear about the work you've done in your life, but also just like talking about like random stuff like pickle carrots and like your family. Like that's kind of how we feel. Just like dang, like we all look up to you, and like personally like everything you do is dope. Like I would love to just like be the next you know what I'm saying, the way you might have felt with in Wisconsin-Madison. So it's like, yeah, you're a dope person. You're like a great professor. Although I've never had your course, I can tell like hearing from others in the program and just like seeing the way you treat people. To me, like I always had like two kinds of teachers. There's like the ones who like fail to connect with students and like we just see them as like another teacher. And then there's the ones who like try too hard to be like buddy with us and like, I'm not a teacher, I'm a friend. But I feel like you like have that like straight down the middle where it's like, we know you don't play games, so like, but at the same time like you real cool. So I never really had that kind of like relationship with a teacher, a professor before. So yeah, you got that whole time.
Dr. D, you're really amazing, and I'm grateful that you allowed me to have this experience in Chicago, and I look up to you a lot.
I just want to say thank you so much for choosing me to be a part of this program. I know you weren't obligated to do that and you had a million people to choose from, but I really am thankful that you allowed me to be here and to give me this space and to give me this opportunity to kind of expand my horizons a little bit and to figure out what it is that I want to do after I graduate. I hope we can continue to work together after this. You're not gonna get rid of me. I'll probably be in your office for thesis work and just generally to talk to you because I really do trust you. And thank you for being like another mother. I needed that, so thank you. It's nice to have another ally of Duke.
Dr. D, you are my favorite professor of all time, and you're who I look up to as an inspiring educator, and I'm so happy that I've been able to have class with you and be in your DukeEngage.
I might cry. Dr. D, thank you, just like from the bottom of my heart for this experience. From the first time I heard about this program, I literally cried reading the write-up on the DukeEngage website, and I was like, this is for me. And you've been so supportive even from the beginning before I took your class when I was like, hey, my name's Caroline and I want to do your DukeEngage. Like, you set aside time to meet with me, and you've always just been so welcoming, and I just am very grateful for you and everything that you've done. And you let me cook my corn on your roof.
Oh yeah, I mean, Dan, you the GOAT too. So it's two GOATs. Like y'all really like Jordan and Kobe, honestly. So you would be Kobe. But yeah, like you really, if you hadn't been in the program, it would have been so different. You really like held it down, and like we all could just like, it's like you were like, I don't know, like the cooler older sibling. Like we could really talk to you about anything, and we joked and like laughed and stuff. So it was really good that you were in Chicago the whole time, because we always knew like there was someone we could turn to, whether it was something serious, something about work, something just about movies or whatever, life back in North Carolina, life in Chicago. So yeah, the program would not have been what it was if you weren't here. So shout out to you.
Hannah, you're so iconic. You're such a strong woman, and your intelligence and how strong you are is just super evident every time that you talk, and we're so lucky to have you.
The GOAT, Hannah, love Hannah, man. Again, I think as everybody can tell you, Hannah's just been kind of like that older sister figure, and I never had a sister growing up, so it's just nice to have someone who you like, man, like that's wild. I wish someone had told me that and like had the experiences that I'm not saying I dreamed of, but like had these experiences that I never would have known about. And so she's just taught me so much and made me aspire, because shout out my girl, getting on her 3rd degree. So I don't know if I'll be in school that much, but I'm so proud of her and really just ecstatic to see where she's going.
Okay. First, we would literally be lost without you. Like in the most literal sense, I don't think I would have made it through this program without having you and knowing that someone around me knew the layout of the city and just knew how to take care of us in a way that I don't think we knew how to take care of ourselves. Thank you for not treating our group like we were children and treating us like equals and adults and being very real with us. And I think that realness is something that you don't really get from a lot of people anymore. So thank you so much for being you, for being amazing, and being so wonderful.
Hannah, you're so iconic. We say skinny a lot. You're a skinny legend. And I feel like someone else said that we'd be lost without you. And I think that we quite mean it very literally. That like if you hadn't been sneaking up and being like, hey, take the blue line to Forest Park, then like we would not have known where we were going. Like Dr. D was like, hey Hannah, don't tell them where to go, and you were like, oh for sure, but like, let's be honest, Hannah, you were like trying to help us. And it just like speaks to your character and the type of person you are, and you're just amazing. And again, we all love you.
Gosh. Hannah, you are perfect. Like, if I had to think of like the perfect role model, it would be you. Like, you're so smart and kind, and you're grounded, and like, I cannot wait to, well, you already do incredible things, but I can't wait to see all the other incredible things you'll do once we're home.
Hannah, you are the best freestyle rapper that I know, and you are just really down to earth and chill.
Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago.
It's the place that I know. It's the place that you know. It's the place that we go.
Welcome to Chicago.
It's the place that I know. It's the place that you know. It's the place that we go.
Hog butcher for the world.
Play with railroads and the nation's freight handler.
Stormy, husky, brawly. City of the big shoulders.
City of the big shoulder.
Turn once more to those who sneer at this my city, and I give them back the sneer and say to them, come and show me another city with lifted heads singing, so proud to be alive.
Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago.
Bragging and laughing that under his wrist is the pulse and under his ribs the heart of the people.
Half naked, sweating, tool maker, stacker of wheat, player with railroads, and freight handler to the